My name is Dave Lauriski. I'm a founder and board member of Predictive Safety, but I've been in the business for about almost 47 years. And I've spent the majority of my 47 years in safety and health.
I'm Henry Bowles, and I'm now a board member and sort of advisor to Predictive Safety. I got interested in this topic from my early work experience as a deckhand. I saw a number of instances where small errors sometimes resulted in comedy, but sometimes resulted in disasters.
So my name is Mark Premo, and I'm with Predictive Safety in Denver, Colorado. My background is in primarily mining, so I spent nearly around 39 years in the industry. 35 of that was with Chevron in the mining division, and of course in that gave me the opportunity to get involved with health and safety from an oil and gas perspective as well.
My name is Mark Savit. I'm the board chair of Predictive Safety. I'm one of the founders. I went to work for the Bureau of Mines in 1971. I went to make videos and instructional material and things like that for teach people how to be safer.
I've been a coal miner. I'm a coal miner's son. I'm third generation coal miner. My first year of college, all of my friends were going to work in the coal mines. I thought, well, maybe I want to do that. So I went to the mine, one of the mines, and I talked to my best friend's father, who was a superintendent. And he said, have you talked to your dad? And I said, no, I haven't. And he says, well, I think you should do that. And I said, well, I'm of age. And he says, well, okay, we'll take a physical, report to work Saturday.
I had taken all the classes that they had and gone through all the training that they had and became certified mine rescue. In April of 1972, there was a horrific fire at a silver mine in Idaho. I'm 22 years old, and the Secretary of Interior is giving us a little speech about how he wouldn't ask anybody to do anything they didn't want to do, but gosh, you know, they were short of people and couldn't anybody go, so we all immediately said sure.
So I went home, and we were having dinner, and I told my mother and my father, I said, I have something to tell you. And they both looked at me interestingly, and they said, what? And I said, well, I'm going to go to work in the mines. And my dad pushed his chair away from the table and walked out of the house. Never said a word to me.
Hearing the team captain start shouting, I see a light, and then everybody's shouting, and then they find these two guys out of 93. You can't go through an experience like that without it being the seminal moment of your life. You just can't. It's inescapable.
About a year later, I got a call from the vice president of the mines, and he says, one of the guys that are working in the safety department's leaving. We'd like you to come work in safety. At dinner that night, I told my mother and father, I have something to tell you. And my dad started to push his chair away, and I said, please don't do that. And he says, are you going back to the mines? I said, yes. I said, but I'm going back as a safety engineer. And he shook my hand. So that really told me right there that what I was going to do for the rest of my career was the right choice.
The watershed event for me was when we conducted an investigation on a couple of hundred incidents over a period of years at the mine, and we became truly in our heart and in our mind, we became believers that there is another way. There's a different decision that could have been made. There's a different action that could have been made.
We recognized that there was a possibility for identifying impairment from the use of a computer. The machine would recognize if you had a baseline, and if you didn't have a baseline, it would start testing you. You have to recognize that different people have different levels of performance. And an older person might have a slower reaction time than a younger person. But that does not necessarily mean that they're an unsafe worker.
There's a way to take care of this business, take care of the business by taking care of the people first. And fatigue risk management is really an opportunity for us to really address human performance and be there for the people and the systems and deal with data, measure the data, use science and data to its biggest advantage with the end result of helping people.